Are you a mom who loves fun, momming, and protecting your family? If you want to meet some of the most amazing people from all over the gun world and beyond, you are in the right place. Tune in for encouragement and sometimes just courage for moms and women just like you who are curious about shooting but are intimidated or just don't know where to start.
Hey, all you tough mothers. Today I have Natalie Strong joining me. Natalie is a strong supporter of the Second Amendment. She has a heart for the safety of women as well as an interest in fashion. In 2018, she combined the two by starting Elegant and Armed, a lifestyle blog meant to encourage and empower ladies by helping them learn to carry a firearm with confidence and style. Natalie is a member of her church safety team and a junior high school youth leader. She was a college cheerleader and continues to live an active lifestyle through hobbies including cheer stunting, which I have a lot of questions about, rock climbing, and going to the shooting range, and of course, fitness training. She is an NRA certified handgun trainer, lifetime member of the NRA, a USCCA, that's the United States Concealed Carry Association member, and has been published in Concealed Carry magazine. Natalie, thank you so much for joining me. I have so many questions for you. But first, how did you get into shooting?
Thank you, Natalie. It's great to be here. Thank you for having me. So how I got into shooting was actually, I was really young, I think maybe around 6 years old. My dad let my brother and I shoot a 22 at pop cans. And I don't know, it was just fun competition between me and my brother.
That's so cool. So is your dad like law enforcement or he just enjoyed shooting?
He enjoys shooting and he enjoys hunting, especially.
Did you go hunting with your dad?
I have. It took a long time for my dad and my brother to convince me to go out. The first time I just went out and sat in the blind with my brother and drank tea. But then the next time I thought, okay, maybe I'll give this a try. So I have been, I don't know, a handful of times, and I did get a buck on one of those trips.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Tell me about that. Like, so what was that experience like? Like, how old were you and like what happened?
So this was actually right after college. My brother was begging me, please come out with us. So I just did it to spend time with my dad and my brother. And I was so nervous. Okay, the thought of like field dressing the deer afterwards, I pass out easily. So
Oh,
I
no.
was concerned about that. I remember I was hugging a tree the first time I saw a deer being field dressed, and I was waiting to pass out. But then I realized I wasn't going to do it. And from then on, I felt a little tougher
That's
because of that
awesome.
experience.
That's really cool. I just talked to somebody about hunting and kind of like how it's crucial like for kids to understand like where their food comes from and understand that like an animal gave up its life to feed you. And I think that gives it more inherent value and appreciation. So
Mhm.
that's really cool. So after that, did you do any more hunting or are you like, I'm good. I've got my buck. I'm done.
Okay, so after that, I decided to try bow shooting because that's what dad and my brother were doing. So um, I did not do very well with bow because I'm just not strong enough to have it like tight enough to really go fast. But that was pretty much the extent of my hunting.
Right, cool. But you still got into shooting and became an NRA instructor. So like, did you like fashion first or did you like shooting first or kind of like
Oh,
simultaneous?
definitely fashion. Honestly, if you would have told me that I would be writing a blog about concealed carry and guns when I was younger or even when I was in college, I would say you are crazy. Because I never was interested in it. I was interested in everything girly. I did ballet, cheerleading, gymnastics, like tea parties, like I love pink, everything girly. And honestly, I considered shooting to be kind of a masculine hobby back then.
Right.
Um, so I was definitely interested in the fashion side first. Um, okay, I'll just tell you how I got into concealed carry then,
Excellent.
if that's okay. So my dad, of course, who is very into firearms, one Christmas he gave the whole family these little coupons that he made on the computer, and it said this is good for one concealed carry class. So that was part of our present that year. We all took the concealed carry class together, got our permits, and then I remember thinking, this is really great information to have, and this is good safety information, but I'm never going to really carry a gun. I'm just going to have this knowledge. So then I moved out of my family's house, and it was sometime after college, and I was coming home it was during the winter time. I was coming home to a dark house, and it was empty. And it was just, I started to feel vulnerable in a way that I never have before. And I realized, if something were to happen, I'm the only one here. I don't even have any roommates with me.
Right.
So I want to be able to protect myself if I need to. So thankfully, I already had my permit and I didn't have to take any steps or like wait. So I just started trying to figure out how to conceal carry with the clothes that I wanted to wear.
Right. That's awesome. I mean, like, it's not awesome that you felt so vulnerable. And I think a lot of us women have had that similar experience. Maybe not a dark house, but we're going to our car at night, or we have to go somewhere by ourselves, or, we're in a, not so great part of town with our kids and we feel vulnerable, and having that protection on you is just peace of mind, like there's just that peace of mind. But if you wear women's clothing and not baggy clothes all the time, there's really not a lot of like options to hide it. So I'm guessing you were like, I'm going to start carrying and I need to have clothing that complements that. Like, so how did that start?
Okay, well, this is so embarrassing, but this is the truth. I remember the first day I tried to carry. I asked my dad how he carried, but he's a man and women carry differently and women wear different clothes. So I pulled out a purse, and it wasn't a concealed carry purse. It was just a normal bag. And I thought, with everything in there, I thought, surely this can't go in here with everything in here. Like something could pull the trigger. So I took everything out of my purse, and I thought, I'm just going to practice taking this out in public. So I put it, there wasn't even a bullet in the chamber. And I put it at the bottom of my purse and had only my purse on. And I went to the grocery store, and I was nervous the entire time having it in there. I thought someone's going to know I have it, which how would they? It's in a bag, or it's going to accidentally go off. And there wasn't even a bullet in the chamber. So I don't know. It was stressful. The first time was stressful.
Right.
But I started looking online for like what types of holsters do women wear. And I eventually just started experimenting with anything that I thought might be good. I discovered thigh holster to wear with dresses, and then belly band, tried a bra holster. I just started trying everything to see what would work. And my goal was to find a way to carry with every outfit that I had, because I didn't want to give up on any styles. I didn't want to give up on my femininity either. Like I didn't want to carry like a man,
Absolutely. Yeah. It's, you see all like the conceal carry stuff. And I know that they're coming out with some stuff for women, which is great, but I actually have, I don't know if I'll ever release it, but my husband and I made a video where I got this belly band and I was wearing kind of like, not a super tight, but like, a tank top. And, I have a full size that I carry in my purse, but it's got like a special pocket for it.
Yes.
But I borrowed my friend's 365, which is like the smaller conceal carry. And I put it in the belly band and we just flipped over the shirt and just started laughing hysterically because, like if you wrap like a bicycle for a kid for Christmas, it's not like, gee, I wonder what's in there. It's literally just a bicycle with wrapping around it. And that is exactly what it looked like. It looked like I just had like this distinct outline of a gun on me. And we were laughing because it's like, there's no way that would ever be concealable like to anybody ever. So yeah, always open to like new options and really excited. So do you just find the clothing and kind of give options, or have you like started manufacturing clothing, or like what do you do for the people that don't know you?
Oh, okay. Well, I did a collaboration with Chameleon Handbags to design a concealed carry purse, which I'm really excited about actually. due to COVID, it kept getting pushed back and pushed back. I expected the launch to be last year, but our first shipment is coming in July. So there's that. I have some other things in the works for women that I'm not quite ready to announce yet,
Okay.
but stay tuned. But as far as finding clothing, I mean, originally I was just using a whole different variety of holsters, all different types to work with the outfits that I already had. But what I found that is that it took lots of different types of holsters. So for a certain shirt, I wanted a belly band that was really, really tight and it to hide that printing like you were talking about.
Yeah.
But then for another shirt, maybe a Kydex holster attached to just my pants would work.
Mm-hmm.
And then for my dresses, the thigh holster shorts. But even with a thigh holster, there's many different brands and styles of thigh holster. And with a belly band, there's many different styles of belly bands. I was just wearing so many different ones that when I practiced my draw, it wasn't consistent.
That makes sense.
Right. And I feel like if you're a woman and you're going to wear many different types of holsters, you almost have to practice drawing your gun from your holster twice as much.
So what I hear is you saying, go to a range in a dress and heels and pull that bad boy out of your thigh.
Which I have done.
Have you really? That would be the best video ever. Like I would do anything to see a video like that. That would be amazing.
Oh my gosh.
I would love it.
Well, and of course there's dry fire too,
Right.
emptying the gun, having nothing in there, practicing pulling it out. But now my goal has changed a little bit. It's not so much about using a bunch of different holsters to be able to carry in any of the outfits. I am actually tailoring down a little bit. I recently wrote an article in Concealed Carry magazine about my concealed carry capsule wardrobe.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
So these are clothing items that I have hand selected, just a small amount of clothing that I know will work for my concealed carry needs every time. So I've chosen 3 holsters and I'm sticking with those 3 to hopefully get more consistent with my draw.
That's awesome.
Different ones.
So you're going to be, I assume you've shared what those items are and kind of like how they work. Oh, that's really cool. We'll definitely include a link to that in the show notes page so people can check it out because that is super cool.
Thank
so
you.
So what's your big plan? Like, are you going to like kind of move more into like concealed carry clothing or just kind of continue like these are the types of clothes that work with these different holsters? Kind of like what's your future?
The future. Okay. Well, right now I'm really hoping to be a resource for women, not just for what clothes to wear, but self-protection in general. I've got some topics on my blog about situational awareness, the mindset that you need to think over if you're thinking about carrying a gun, lots of things. As far as the direction I'm moving, I don't know how much I want to reveal yet, but I would like to do some more collaborations and some products.
That's really exciting. So we'll definitely kind of check back with you. Like, I don't know, we'll do another podcast in like a year and you're gonna be like, yeah, I just got my second manufacturing plant over in Beijing, but we'll see how it works out.
We'll see. Yes.
That's really cool. And I also kind of want to ask a little bit about like, so when did you become an NRA certified handgun instructor? Like, how did that happen?
That was recently,
Okay.
just this summer I did it. So I need to actually start having the classes. But you know what got me into it was I brought some new shooters to the range who had never shot before. And I was just explaining everything to them, walking them through it. Before we even got to the range, we handled a blue gun, like a plastic gun, so they could learn about the grip and the safety rules. And it was just so fun to me to help them do that. And they did well. They were hitting the targets and they were excited then. So I don't know. It just got me really excited. And I thought I need to get certified so I can maybe teach some more people.
That's awesome. Yeah, I really love when I hear other women kind of like supporting and lifting each other up and kind of introducing them to a new world that, like you said, it is typically male dominated. It can be incredibly intimidating. Like, I'm not really usually an intimidated person, but when I walked into the range the first time, like, I was nervous, like there's all these guys there and they kind of look at you like, what are you doing here? And you expect them to kind of give you like a weird welcome, but once you talk to them, they're so excited. They're like, hey, you're here. Like, you share the same passion as me. Let me tell you everything. And throw numbers and like, different guns at you and like ammo and just like all over your head. But they're so excited to tell you. And I just love hearing from other women like you that are just, feminine, and like it sounds like you're like, no, I'm not like the hoo-ah guy. I'm just a feminine girl that really likes shooting, and I want to share my passion for fashion and concealed carry and personal protection with other women. And I just love that. That's just so cool.
Thanks. And I love your mission too, to make the gun world more accessible to ladies. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. I just, I know so many women out there that are interested in it, but they're really intimidated. Like, I just started posting pictures and videos on my own, and these women were coming out of the woodwork like, oh, I really want to, but I'm scared. Can you help me? Can you like show me what to do? I don't know anybody, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I just bring the world to you instead of trying to convince one person every single time that the gun world is actually really accepting and very supportive and wants women to come in and wants them to get passionate about it and wants them to protect themselves. I'm just going to bring super cool people like you right to them and kind of give them that same encouragement and passion and just be like, hey, check it out. Like, this is something that you can really get into, and it's not scary. It's really welcoming. It's an amazing community that I want to introduce them to. So thank you so much for joining me and sharing that about what you're doing with Elegant and Armed. Man, I always try to ask, is there anything that you would want to say to either women shooters that are like nervous or, just don't know where to start, or maybe like they don't even like guns, but they're like, I have to protect myself. What words of encouragement or what would you tell them?
Well, I mean, everyone has to start somewhere. No one starts with all the information, and it's okay to take baby steps. Like when you get to the range and you feel intimidated, just remind yourself, you know what? I have every right to be here. You know what? I am just here to learn and just soak it in. So they have every right to be here. And your story about going to the range and being intimidated reminded me of a story. So if if they don't expect you to carry, if you look a certain way, they may not expect you to be carrying a gun, which is great because it means you're more stealth. I went into a range a while back and I was buying ammo for a class that I was going to take, and I was wearing a dress. And I went to the counter and I asked for 9mm. And on my way out, I heard one guy say to the other, I bet she's buying that for her husband. I was thinking, well, I'm not even married, but it's for me.
That's
But
awesome.
I guess that just means that I'm a little more stealthy about
Which
it.
is great. Like, they'll never see it coming.
Right.
I love that. I think that's, I like surprising people, and that's always super fun. Like, it's a great time. Like, myself, my husband, that you met earlier, does not shoot, just not interested.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah, I support you. That's super cool, but just not his thing. He's more like, I like reading. I like intellectual things, and, guns and noise and all that isn't his thing. So he's like, tell you what, you handle any threat that's like, 20 feet out, and anything that's within punching distance, I'll handle. So
Nice.
that's our deal.
That's perfect.
Yeah, there we go. We got like an outer perimeter and an inner perimeter. So we got that handled.
I like that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Natalie. It was such a pleasure to actually get to talk to you and meet you and learn more about Elegant and Armed. I am definitely going to be posting links and everything on your show notes page. You had mentioned that you actually have a free download that you want to offer to women.
I do. Yes. I have a concealed carry checklist for your listeners. It's everything you need before leaving the house.
Perfect.
And it can be found at my blog. It's www.elegantyandarmed.com/checklist.
Awesome. And for those of you that are listening and driving, again, you'll be able to check out the show notes page and get that link and download that freebie, which is awesome. Thank you so much, Natalie. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
All right, you tough mothers, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed meeting Natalie, and definitely check out Elegant and Armed for concealed carry fashion advice and some more exciting stuff coming up. Natalie, thank you again, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Great job. You made it to the end. You are one tough mother. If you enjoyed this podcast and want to support the work that we do and keep the good lovin' coming, subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you're listening. What's that? You're one of those crazy mother followers that wants more of this nonsense? You got it. Subscribe to the Moms Love Guns YouTube channel, follow us at Moms Love Guns on Instagram, and join our free private Facebook group to connect with other women just like you in an encouraging and non-judgmental community. If you want to share even more love, share your new favorite community with a friend or all of your friends, maybe even a few enemies, just to be safe. Get out there, overcome your fears, be not afraid. You have got this.